It's Week 13 of the 2023 season, and we'll see DJ Moore. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Panthers and the Jags on Sunday Night Primetime.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They'll run it. This is James Robinson.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Now Lawrence. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Block it, opposite, check.
Here's Robinson again on 2nd down.
And some room to roam now. It's a gain of 35.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Xavier Woods with a pick.
And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
The Panthers at 10-1 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Panthers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Throwing to start the drive, but that was incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Second down and a run by Robinson. Gets past one man. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Pass incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Meanwhile, Corral's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he'll be brought down at the 27. The numbers for Moore last week, comfortably up over 100 yards when cruising past that number, and 2 touchdowns.
How'd you like to be the D coordinator this week? He watched that game last week, and I know his first thought was, we have to find a way to take him out of the game plan. We cannot let him do that to us.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. 1st down. Here's Corral with it. He's into the secondary. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1.
Back to throw, Corral. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Trimble, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. So that drives 7 plays in length, and Carolina scores to cap it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, 64 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What, 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Fielded just outside the goal line. Matt Corral in this offense back to the field now. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. McCaffrey running up the middle. And some room to maneuver. There he goes left side. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Well, CD, that's his second touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Here's Lawrence to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On third down, Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. And that's off the mark, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Ready. Recon, nobody can fight it. Alert. Kill.
Now Lawrence on first down.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Come.
Lawrence.
And his throw is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Corral's throw complete there to Moore. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And quickly they get to the line.
Corral with it, first down here.
Again, he finds Moore.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. The Lions are starting to run out of opportunities for victories now, as they'll head into December at 0-12. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Ryan Tannehill, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Green Bay Packers. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Carolina. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Second half starts with a run by Etienne. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Wide open receiver complete. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or 2, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Lawrence will throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 36. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Lawrence going to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 68 yards. And the Panthers take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Final minute now of the third quarter. On the counter, this is Robinson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Lawrence. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Panthers will get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Right there in coverage was Foye Oluokun.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. That one looks like he'll throw here. Quick slant, caught by Moore.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Corral to Moore there. Good for a Carolina first.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Here's Lawrence. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And they take a knee.
The partner under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Panthers, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.